going right here.
All right, you grasshoppers. I know we're a day late, but every Thursday we're on, so we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day. No, it doesn't mean it's St. James Patrick. He thinks it's all about him. It's especially for him. Mel, how you doing? What do you got going there?
We're not doing this day for Jeep.
Sir James.
He thinks it's about him, but
okay. All right, good enough.
The Rangers got his little. You suck off, yeah, because they won 9-0 last night.
Hey, am I allowed to say anything today, or are you and Danny DeVito going to snore?
How about that fan sending us that video of the guy on TV falling asleep? He was watching Mel on TV. It was in like Pakistan or something like that.
Yeah,
the guy was falling asleep watching Mel talk about his Stanley Cups.
I'm sure it was a fan, Tom. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so Gresh, what'd you do for St. Patty's Day? Anything special?
Same thing I did last year. Watched a little TV, made some bets on the games last night, and that was it.
David, how about you?
Well, yesterday morning I had to work in the old little wine and liquor store. Worked there for 4 hours. Then I headed into the city. A bit of a mix-up with my COVID testing, but that was my own deal. And then, being a member of the franchise that we always had our greatest success against the Flyers in the playoffs because they'd be running around taking too many penalties and we'd score. And I was actually thrilled with last night's game. 9-zip after a few periods.
I was a little upset.
You were?
Yeah, I wanted them to get 10.
Yeah. Well, they had the chant going, and we won 10.
Yeah.
At the end.
I remember beating the playoffs 6-0. Remember that day?
Apparently we beat them 9-3 in 82 in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, we beat them 6-0 in the 6-1 and 6-0 back-to-back games at the Garden in 79.
Yeah.
Mel, people want to know, sorry guys, people want to know, it's urgent stuff. Why don't you have the Love Me wall going on today?
Because you guys shot it down last week. I don't
think so.
I'm scarred. I'm done.
So, you guys want a little corned beef?
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, 2 days in a row.
Oh,
he'll be like 300 pounds pretty soon.
No bread though.
No bread. Oof. Yeah, that'd be a tough one for a real true Irishman. That'd be a tough one.
Really?
Had some Irish soda bread yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
I don't mean to be rude, but I totally forgot it was St. Patty's Day yesterday until later on in the day. So then I had one jack for all the Irish people I know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 2 jacks. That's why I'm a little tired today. Maybe it was 3 jacks. I don't remember. Like after 2, like who counts them? Right?
Dave, what happened to the coaches then? They're in contact with somebody with COVID?
No, I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them's got it.
Okay.
Yeah, because to have all 3 have to kind of sit out. It's a little bit strange, I think. No time will tell. But it was, of course, now that'll be fuel for the people who think that they should be out, which is.
Yeah, all of a sudden Zibanejad's a better player now because of coaches.
Yeah. We did see Zibanejad was getting better, though. His last 3 or 4 games, he was just a matter of How about the poor Myers, a defenseman? He took the first 2 penalties in the game. They were bad high sticks. Then he's -6.
Yeah.
6 something.
Well, I think he set a record for 5 in a row, didn't he?
Huh?
Those defensemen, they fought.
Yeah, he and Anaheim. We're on all 5.
Thank God they scored that shorthanded goal, or else he'd have been on for 8 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Mel, how you doing? Did you have a fun time yesterday, St. Patty's Day?
Things are good. 70 degrees here, so I went golfing.
Nice.
Your favorite sport, Tom. So I walked 6 miles, drank a couple of green beers, sat outside. That was good. Missed a hole in one, Dave, by about 8 inches. 174-yard par 3. Yep. Had 3 birdies in a row, shot an 83. So
you get a plaque for that, for being 8 inches away?
Yeah, they'll get you one. Yeah.
I guess I like that one. Got my window back there.
So the question is, what club did you? How far was it?
174.
So
60-mile-an-hour wind though against me. Hit a 6-iron.
At the end, did you get it in the clown's mouth?
60-mile-an-hour wind. You had to knock down a 6-iron.
Yeah. Short follow through 6-iron. Easy, easy game.
What do
Yeah.
they call it? You flighted it, right? You flighted it.
Yeah.
That's good. No, that's good. No, that's fun. I'm getting charged. I watched the golf last weekend. I wanted Lee Westwood to win, although Justin Thomas, I like him too.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. No, Thursdays, all I do all week, Tom, is I just sit and I work for this show all week. That's all I do. Homework, you know what I mean? Thursday's a good day because I can watch golf on TV. It starts at 5, then get ready for the show. But so doing homework, can I talk or are you going to snore?
Apparently. Yeah.
Okay. So Dave, last night at 7:30, I'm in bed watching YouTube.
Mhm.
And you come up October 2nd, 1979. I think you had mentioned you fought Gary Howitt.
Gary Howitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably didn't go well, did it?
Actually, you did okay. You're wearing Lang skates. It was more of wrestling, but you survived. So
Lang skates, that would have been me. That's for sure.
you had a
But
big.
you always wear Lang skates?
No, I started out with CCM. You remember? And then when I broke my ankle twice in my second year, and then the Lang boot gave more support. It was good. Yeah.
Well, but the one was in the. Were they both in the ice rink, or one was a lot of snowbanks back then? Like there was.
Yeah. Well, one was in Halifax against the Voyageurs, which like in those days that was Montreal's farm team, right? And they were as good as half the teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
And then the other one was at the Garden. Broke the same ankle twice. So that was Lang. So it's good. I'm glad you didn't get pounded. That's the thing. Used to this whole thing with YouTube and videos now, you can't hide anywhere, right?
I know.
But it's good.
Follow up to that was I seriously I watch all the old scraps and the mentality. I love that the idiots in orange got ass kicked last night, just stomped, because if we were playing them and that happened, that there would be scraps, brawls, whatever.
Sure.
Now they can't do anything about it. But so watching after your fight, Gary Dornhofer, there was a mini brawl, 5-man brawl on the ice, and Dornhofer actually smoked Ron Wicks with a couple of punches, and their mentality was it's a herd mentality. Moose DuPont was in every single fight. If one of their guys was losing, and not to take anything away from DuPont because he is a tough guy, but they jump in and there was always third man guys in. So that last night ass kicking, good on you, you orange clowns.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good. I don't want anybody. I'm personally saying I don't want anybody nodding off on my man Larry.
Thank you.
He can talk as much as he wants. You want us to leave and you just talk? No, you talk for an hour.
Who's this Danny DeVito kid? I want to talk to him.
Doug should be. Hold on. He's got a little comment here for you.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
I didn't say anything when you're talking about your golf because nobody brought up the golf. All of a sudden, you're telling like a 30-minute story about your golf. How do you when you get done golfing? Do you feel is it good for you mentally? Is it like you feel fired up, or where you at?
Well, if you play well, it's like anything. Like our DNA, we want to do well all the time. And when I'm shooting 105 last year, and I come back this year in 7 rounds, I've shot 80 to 87 and hitting the ball solid. Yeah, you got to have something. You got to have goals, right, Tom? Like it's like you benching your limit. If you're benching 125, all of a sudden you do 126, which is probably your max. So, you want to get to max. So you want.
Nothing wrong with 125.
Can you come to my defense for a change, Dave? I'm having a conversation with them.
Tom, I just did. I said there's nothing wrong with 125, 125.
Oh, that's
I think come to 130 now.
That's not going.
I walked into a gym the other day with the weight. I looked at it and I said, "There's not enough weights in here." So I did aggression. I went to the bar and sat there for 6 hours instead.
A lot more weights in there.
Yeah, more fun too.
You don't have to wait for a drink there either.
Oh. No,
No, but seriously, so did you answer my question? I can't remember. Do you feel better about yourself?
I forgot what the question was, Tom.
But do you feel better about yourself after golfing?
You know what? I'm glad you're asking, Tom. You know what's
Yeah.
good though is I wake up this morning, like I'm wearing that brace. I wake up this morning and my knee is not throbbing, so which tells me that it's helping. So mentally, I'm okay today. Except Danny DeVito and you snoring last week. I'm not going to get over that. I'm serious. Like I was going to come up with a good story, and now I have to limit my talking. So go ahead.
You're going to come up with a good story.
No, I
What do you-
had one last week, but I forgot about it now. So
Mel, what's your handicap? What's your handicap?
I got down to a 7. Now I'm probably I'd say 10, 9 or 10, 11.
Handicap's his attitude. His attitude's a handicap.
I only threw the club 3 times, but I know to throw it sideways now so it doesn't break.
break. Yeah.
Mel, Inquiring Minds want to know what are you drinking?
I'm drinking out of my New York Ranger glass that Steve Smith made for me. Not the Steve Smith that shot the puck in his own net.
Oh.
Pabst Blue Ribbon with some green. It's a green Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Doug's got a little quick comment for you there. Just to
Easy, Danny.
We tried it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We tried the muzzle. He broke through it.
Gresh, do you remember him being like this when we played with him? Larry?
Yeah. Mel always had such a smile on his face, especially on the way to games.
Happy man.
Yeah, just like that. Well, not like that. That's too much. Way
It's
too
from-
much smile right there, Mel. There you go. That's better.
That's from all the encouragement you got when he was younger, from that girl saying he's going to drive Zamboni, all that stuff.
Yeah, from all the coaches that really liked me too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people commented how lovely as a person your wife was too. Like you just her confidence or her personality just oozed out of her. Although she made that comment that that you are so happy doing the show, it doesn't show really that much. But
Yeah, we know the shots.
Yeah. Oh well. So
We're happy. Day after St. Patrick's Day.
yeah.
Right?
So David, what do you think then of the Rangers here? Are they going to make playoffs? I know you. I mean, it's a long road, but if everybody gets back to playing,
It's a long. Who was to know that? Last week we're talking about Zibanejad. Would he ever be the Zibanejad we have? And so he puts 3 and 3 on the board in 20 minutes. He looked dominant doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. He was like he was last season. So, and I think the thing is the guy that's honestly the guy that holds their blue line together is Fox.
Yeah, he's good. Ooh.
Oh man, he is good. He
And
is so good.
they put Jack Johnson on waivers, right?
Yeah, I think yes, they did. I think that has more to do with managing the cap.
Yeah.
I believe Kratzoff is in town. I'm not 100% sure whether he's either on his way or in town. So there's all kinds of there are different ways I think they move bodies around given cap space and non-space. So
So they can get him off the cap, Johnson, by sending him down to the minors now.
yeah, I think so. I think now he's hurt also. So I honestly don't know the reasoning for. So how about the coaches last night? Chris Drury got his first win as a coach. The guy wins the World Series. He wins a cup.
Yeah.
Yes, one game against the Flyers, beats them 9-0. Yeah. So
Maybe stay on. Maybe Drury should stay on as coach.
well, it's a little bit like they sent the principal in the classroom, right? When the teacher got called in sick, they sent the bosses down to make sure everybody was on
That's right.
the bench. So anyway, that's good. All good.
Gretch, how's the Nook working out there? Everything good with the Nook?
The Nook's good.
Yeah.
Way off, Mel, please. It's a Nook, okay?
Tony, send the picture, please, before the show's over.
Of what?
Of a
So,
real-
guys, thank you for cleaning off the top of the freezer too, by the way.
I didn't do that. My daughter did.
Yeah, well, thank her for it.
Okay. For a couple of days and cleans everything up for me. I'm like, thank you. Okay,
Did you go somewhere, Gresh?
am I going somewhere?
No, did you? Did you say you left for a couple of days or no?
Oh no, I didn't go anywhere, Dave. I went to the mailbox. Does that count?
I guess you went somewhere, right?
I went to Home Depot.
Now, do you see him outside in the neighborhood at all, Tom?
I saw the car has moved, so I'm assuming he's gone someplace. I wasn't informed that he didn't tell me he was going anyplace. So
Right.
I didn't know I had to, Tom, but I will from now on.
Okay.
Can I text you instead of talking to you because you're boring as hell?
Yeah, sure. So everybody's asking, this is my Northern Michigan University Wildcat jersey. People want to know.
I thought that was a T-shirt. You were a little smaller back then, huh?
I guess it got a little bigger.
Yeah. You had your shoulder pads on there, bro. Yeah. Out nicely.
Yeah. Blood on there.
Yeah.
Mel's blood.
Is that an original, Tom?
Yes, that is the actual jersey.
That should be hanging up on the wall. I mean, didn't you win a championship there?
We lost North Dakota in the final game. We were ranked number 1 in the country, but see, this is a college team, Mel. So I went to college to get an education.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh boy, that's pretty scary right there.
So Tom, who was on that North Dakota team? You remember?
Dougie Smale. I think Phil Sykes was on the team as well. They had a good team. They were real good. They were ranked number 1 the first half of the year. We were ranked number 1 the second half. And they met in the final game and lost.
Yeah.
So scarred. That's college, Mel. My last semester there, I took racquetball, bowling, phys ed, and beginning skating.
You should have kept the skating longer.
Yeah, you should have finished that course of skating.
Yeah.
Okay, Dorothy Hamill over there.
I don't think that's right, Tom. Listen, we have evidence of you dangling the dude in Toronto.
Yep.
I think that's underrated skill for
Yeah.
leg.
Didn't have slap shot taking there or nothing like that. Wrist shot.
No, God. They actually did try to work with me one day at practice on a slap shot.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose my mind. It just wasn't working.
Well, it was tough with that 2x4 you used for a stick.
Oh, man. The cement was coming out of my gloves, too.
Yeah.
No, you got a hard shot, Tom.
Thanks, Russ. Thank you.
No, I remember the hockey school that I had. You were there, and you were all the 10-year-olds. You were like way harder than theirs.
like way harder, right, Grass? Like way hard.
No, not way hard.
Not way hard. Not off the chart hard.
Like a little bit harder. Like a little.
I was very accurate, though. I was accurate.
You were.
Mel, you get your manscaping done?
I did. I didn't shave, but yeah. Don't forget, Tom, 93% of men that manscape are successful. So that's all you got to remember.
Okay.
Oh. What about the other 7%?
I don't know. Losers, I guess. I don't know.
You get the long powder bags. That's why.
Is that 93% of men that manscape? Does that they do it themselves, or they have somebody else do it?
Either or.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, Mel, I'm sorry. I apologize. I know why you're soaking now. I didn't ask you about your clothes. What are you wearing?
I'm glad you asked, Tom. I went specifically to RW and Company because I didn't have a green shirt in my closet. So I went and bought that. And then, of course, I have to have a green watch on. Now, the kicker, again, the Rangers drafted you all way off the board. The scout from Clearwater, Florida, right?
Yeah.
So today, the cologne that I've got is it comes out of a little cube. It's called Cuba.
Yeah. A cigar?
Yeah. It's called
It
Cuba.
smells like a cigar.
Made in Paris, but it's a cologne.
Oh, let me get this straight. The Cuban cologne is made in Paris.
Yep. And
It looks like a cigar.
Yeah. it's $9.99. So it's right in your wheelhouse, Tom. You can actually afford it.
$10 too much.
No.
So does it smell like a cigar? Is that
No, it smells. It's a great cologne. Like seriously, it's just a stocking stuffer for Christmas. If you have any friends, Tom, you could maybe buy them one, right?
Mel, you're my friend.
Oh my
You're
God.
my friend.
You know what? As soon as I get my care package from the Rangers, I'm going to send you guys some colognes and a couple of watches and maybe some clothes from RW and Company. All right.
Looking forward to it. They got any black t-shirts?
No, you're not getting a black T-shirt. And here, so dreams about wearing black.
Cuban toilet.
Cuban toilet.
Hey, Mike, Mike Jameson, it's made in frickin' France, Mike. The thing about you wearing black, Tom, you know that
What?
black is like, you wear black to a funeral, right?
No, I don't go to funerals.
You wear white at a funeral?
I don't go to
That's the only
funerals.
time you won't wear black is when you go to a funeral?
No, I haven't been to a funeral in a long time. I don't know what I'd wear.
Yeah. So anyways, the black is unfavorable news, illness, losses, gossip. It shows hatred and anger. So do you want to talk?
Seriously?
Yeah.
You look.
It's a power color.
I looked it up today.
It's a power color. Power color. Is that
No, red is. We've gone over this.
okay, let's go around the horn here. Gresh, how you doing on your cooking and your healthy food and everything?
Everything is good, Tom. I had egg whites this morning for breakfast.
Nice.
And it wasn't at 3:30. It was at quarter after 5. But I had egg whites, peppers, onions, and then after that I had a little bit of like some strawberries and shit like that. You know,
Nice. Excellent.
like I'm gonna get my weight down to, maybe
2050.
an eighth of a ton, just in case anybody needs any help with that.
We've got some intelligent viewers here. I'll tell you that.
Oh, Lorraine.
Oh, Tom looks good in any color.
Wow.
That's even funny. Listen to me. Somebody just texted me and said when Tom leans forward, his head looks like a thumb.
No. Don't say somebody else said that. Don't start that.
It's on right here. It's right on there.
Yeah.
I won't answer no more. I won't answer any more, Tom.
David, how are you doing? You're healthy all the time with your eating, aren't you?
Yeah, reasonably so. But if I feel like this morning we did the smoothie route start, then I ate a couple pieces of toast with peanut butter.
Nice.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
I love.
my real favorite. Hummus is rocketed right up the chart.
I got to get you some of my homemade hummus I make. Oh, man.
Yeah,
What's the difference between the organic and the non-organic hummus?
about $2 a tub.
Nothing health-wise.
Yes. Well, no chemicals and all that.
Yeah.
The organic supposedly is all the products are made with no chemicals or anything. So it's supposedly healthy.
Yeah, my daughter bought me a couple of organic ones, and I can't really tell the difference.
You probably thought it said orgasmic. So.
Well, let me check that. It's still in the fridge, cooling off right now. Then.
Yeah.
Mel, how you doing with your healthy cooking there? Some Vienna sausage and cheese.
No, nothing special this week, Tom. I did run across, and you might have heard it. This military diet is quite a fad now. You can lose 10 pounds in 3 days. It's something like you have a piece of toast with peanut butter on it and 1 boiled egg. Then for lunch, you have like half a banana, 5 crackers, and another piece of bread, nothing on it. And then for supper, you have like a little small piece of salmon or whatever. And it's supposed to be unbelievable. A lot of people are trying that. So have you heard of it?
No, we don't do diets.
Oh, but
We live the healthy lifestyle all the time.
It is healthy, but it's from the military, and I know you talk to a lot of those guys. So
Yeah. I think everybody should do their own thing for diets. I just believe that having a healthy lifestyle all the time. If you go on a diet to lose 10 pounds, once you lose 10 pounds, then what do you do?
Gain 15 back.
Yeah, that's my feeling.
well, some people might need to lose 15 pounds, Tom.
Yeah, but lose it over a period of time, like increase your health level.
Well, that's the guy told me. He said you can't outwork a bad diet. Like as far as
Yeah.
I would find I don't eat quite as much. No, not nearly as much as you used to.
Yeah, but Tom, what if
More
your
active.
girlfriend? Tom, what if your girlfriend wants to get married? She got to fit into her wedding dress like next week. She wants to lose 10 pounds, right?
Put her on the military diet.
Put her on the military diet.
You may want to question who you're getting married to. I don't know.
Well, what's her name, Tom?
No, you love her no matter what. You say to her, honey, doesn't matter if you're 10 pounds heavy. I love you no matter what.
Tom, what's
That's
her
what
name?
What's that?
What's her name?
No, Mel. We've done 2 of those.
Yeah.
Learned our lesson.
So the Canucks are playing pretty well. Thatcher Demko has been the unfortunate part is he's stopping like 50 shots a game, but they're back in the playoff hunt. Just a question for you guys: this Jimmy Vesey, isn't this like his 4th team? We picked him up this morning or yesterday. So what's his deal? Big, strong
4th line player. He's a 4th line guy, right?
Yeah, I thought he had
I like
first round.
give him a chance to play once. They'd never give
No,
him a chance.
he was a 3rd round pick in Nashville, and he played out his option not to sign with anybody, and he signed with the Rangers. And of course, at that time, the Rangers had no draft picks, so they talked him up. They talked up different guys, and so he's a role player. You know, I mean, he can skate and stuff like that. And so you get into a market like Toronto, and it's a new body, and all of a sudden he's like, you know, he's a role player in the NHL.
Yeah.
That's a lot of them. So
Mel, do you want to take this question?
He's a big kid though, isn't he? Like 6'3", 6'4"?
He doesn't play big, though.
no.
Well,
No.
you don't need to. We've gone over this, Tom. You don't need to play big. Now let's go over Wilson hit. I didn't mention anything about that Wilson hit. I thought it was a good hit. He hit 7 games. This Tanev kid is 5'10", smokes Tenorti, who's 6'8", and he gets a 5-minute penalty for that and a game misconduct. What the hell
Wilson's
is wrong with the game?
Wilson was a hit to the head, though.
Well, turn your head so you don't get hit in the head.
You know what? We should call Gary Bettman right after the show. We can get him on the show, maybe.
Yeah, get him. Oh no, you don't want it. No.
What's your beef with the league, Mel? I mean,
I don't like.
wait,
Do I have to make it any more clear? I don't like the way they play. Morgan Riley's stick got chopped in half, broken in overtime, and they didn't call a penalty on it. Yet you can tap a guy's hand or tap a guy's stick, and you get a 2-minute penalty for it.
well,
Are
bad
those
calls are perceived. Bad calls are always going to happen in sports, Mel.
Are those 2 guys more blind than the one guy we had when we played?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. They should put 4 refs out there. Have all 4 refs.
And they still wouldn't.
Oh my
right.
God, the refs. Whew, we'd never get home. Be calling everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing too is like last week, Lafreniere takes a stick to the nose, bleeding. Boston gets 2 minutes. So then was it Gauthier the other night? So they didn't see the call. And then they go to video review and give Gauthier 4 minutes.
Against Giroux. Yeah, I thought there was a sniper in the building when that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, he went down like.
Again, I always think he had one of those blood capsules from wrestling or something somewhere.
Yeah, he looked like he got hit with it by a sniper, and
Right.
and I thought he was cut open like from cheek to cheek, the way he went down. But that's a flyer for you. They all thought they were so. When's the last time they won a cup?
74? 75? 75, right? 75. They beat Buffalo.
Let's give them. It'll be way past the 54 years that the Rangers didn't do it.
Mel's won 2 cups since then, single-handedly.
Here we go again. I know you called me out on defending the guy, but every week I got to remind you, the guy has 2 cups. He doesn't need to remind us. He happens to remind us once in a while. That's okay. I would be reminding you 3 guys also if I had 2 cups.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
I have a cup.
When's the last time World Cup, Ron?
Oh, Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup. You want to see it?
Stanley's Cup.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
Chris, you going to any Bobby Orr golf tournaments recently or coming up? Or
I'd like to, but I'm just so busy, Tom.
Right.
You know?
No.
I don't know. I just can't seem to get everything done in one day.
You know what we haven't talked about too? I thought was kind of like modern to you too. You got one of those little sweepers or vacuums in your house that just kind of does it all by itself, right?
No, I didn't get it.
I thought you did.
No, I was going to get that, but then I have 2 daughters that
Oh.
they come over and they do the sweeping up.
Mel, what about you? You got one of those things that grow all over the house, or?
You do. I saw them again where some cat was riding on one. Then I got to get a cat. I don't want any animals.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Mel, you have a maid come to your place, right? A couple of maids, or
No, I don't.
That's
you don't have a maid?
No.
Do you do the cleaning, or do you make your wife do it?
My wife does most of it, but I'll do the dishes. I help out. Yeah. Dust and
You
clean.
do?
I like
make
that.
your-
I
you
like
make your
that.
wife-
I like how you phrase that. You make your wife do it. Yeah, right.
I didn't say that, did I?
No,
No, I said.
Oh, yeah, no. We everybody pitches in. Everybody's got a job. It's just the way it is. So no, she does a lot of the cleaning and vacuum. We have central vac, so you just plug the hose into the wall and go vacuum. And the kids clean their shit up now. They're finally getting to the age where they know how to clean up, except for their dishes. But
And you clean up?
how is it that the dishwasher is usually right next to the sink, and all the dishes end up in the sink? Can you explain that to me?
Bad discipline, Mel.
Uh,
Put 'em in.
Because
You're not the
it's true. Okay,
David, you're not allowed to clean your own house in where you live in Greenwich, right? You have to have a maid. Don't you?
yeah. Got to keep the economy going somewhere for everybody. That's my job. No, we do not. We have a woman that comes once a week. She used to be,
Your wife's got a full-time job running Amazon too, though, right?
yeah. So I don't make full disclosure. I don't make my wife do anything. Nothing. Full disclosure. I do what I'm told.
Pamela, right?
Alex.
No, what do we call her from now on? What's her name?
Pamela.
Let's change your name.
Do you think
Change
that
your name, Dave.
he has a maid?
Well, that was my first wife, and I did remember
No.
my first wife.
You
She's
should
the mother.
just call her Pamela from now on.
Yeah, you call her Pamela.
Yeah. Okay.
How big's your house, Dave?
So it's about, including the basement, it's about 4,000 square feet.
Oh,
So
so it's a big place.
No, it's bigger than I grew up in for sure. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
But it's gated community, though, Mel. It's gated there.
I just want to know when I come to New York. 'Cause
It looks small on the 20 acres, but I mean,
There you go. Mel, let's talk about you coming to New York. Last time you were in town, who picked you up?
You did.
Thank you.
Yep.
So it wasn't Dave, right? It wasn't Gresh?
Well, I didn't know Dave at the time, and
right.
Ron and I.
Pick him up now.
Right.
Pick him up for sure.
Ron met us for lunch, and if I recall, you two guys or Tom, who paid for lunch? Tom?
Did we go to lunch?
Yeah. We went
Oh,
to
that's where I was thinking about that. Yeah.
we went to a hamburger joint. Ron, you and I.
Well, that's right. We went to Westchester Burger.
Yeah.
You know that Tom didn't pay for it. So
Took him to the liquor store, too.
Yep. Had to get some.
Didn't go to Dave's liquor store, though. Went to the liquor pantry there.
Yeah. Where? Oh, down the street. I probably wasn't working there. When did Larry come into town? Don't tell me he came into town since we started doing
15 years ago?
it.
5 or 6 years ago for golf in Harlem or hockey for Harlem golf tournament.
Why- Hockey in Harlem.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
tournament. That what was the name of the golf course? Not Arrowwood.
Quick,
Yeah, that's where you're staying, right? Arrowwood? You stayed at that hotel there.
Stayed up at yeah.
Arrowwood. They usually have it at, recently they had a Quaker Ridge.
or what?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think it was top 65 in North America or top 50 in North America. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Unbelievable clubhouse. Like you don't see stuff like that in Canada.
That's where Tommy kind of called me out. That's where you were up chatting, Tommy. You kind of called me out and asking the guys how I was.
That was so funny. So I did the auction, so I was kind of roasting Dave a little bit there, and I asked his group if Dave kind of snapped a little bit, and Dave was sitting right there, and they're, oh no, he was fine. Dave had to leave early, so I went back to him again and asked him again. I said, so what was it like golfing with Dave? He snapped, and I go, oh my God. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Ira's on fire here today. I was talking about one of our teammates, so I'll just put up there. Don't ever take Kotze to lunch and need financing. I don't know. That's not nice.
Because
Maybe I shouldn't have put that up there.
No, you leave your car as a tip.
Need to find it. Wow.
Have you guys been informed about any golf tournaments or any charity events going forward, like in July or August or anything, or is it too early?
Yes, they told us not to tell you though.
I could. Okay.
No, not.
No, I know the alumni has not planned anything. They're not planning on anything from that point. But my brothers, I've got three brothers. There's eight of us. We've gone numerous places. We had a trip planned to, was it Cabot Trail in Nova Scotia on the East Coast? 2 years ago, it got put back. Last year, it got canceled. We just got notice this week that August. It sounds like we're going to be able to go. So, so that'll be.
What about quarantine? We have to do that.
Well, who knows what it'll be, in August. So
It'll be good to quarantine for a month and then play 3 rounds of golf and come back.
Dave won't make it through 3 rounds.
Yeah, I will now, Tom. It's a new me.
Oh yeah, Dave will make it through. Yeah, well, he won't have any clubs left, but he'll make it through 3 rounds.
Mel, you've been real thoughtful. You asked how I've been doing too, and I've been negligent. How are you doing? Any bad dreams or anything like that? Or
Well, just from not being able to talk about the rings last week, but other than that, I'm good.
well, let's get something straight. It wasn't that you couldn't talk about it; it's how long you talked about it.
Well, isn't that the whole reason for the show, is to tell a story? Or
Well, if it's of some interest, I mean, when people are falling asleep,
Yeah, we just don't need the whole book though.
yeah, like talk about how it broke. It's in the safety deposit box. I mean, that's exciting stuff.
Hey, but at least you listened and you remembered. So it did come. It went through your thumb. It's still in the thumb, right?
Yeah, I do some of my best remembering when I'm sleeping.
Anyway,
Speaking of sleeping, Tom, you being on top of everything, how much sleep do we need?
Well, the studies all show that 8 hours is optimum, and
Right.
some people think as you get older, you don't need that much. But I hate to say it, since I think I have seen the studies, and apparently it's healthier for people when they do sleep. But I don't. I mean, I just I can't sleep past 5 or 6 hours really.
Yeah.
That's most. How about you?
Same. I mean, if I get a good night's sleep, it's probably 6, 7. How about you, Gresh, Larry? Well, you guys sleep?
Well, I usually sleep like 6.5, 7 hours. 3.5 hours, get up, go to the bathroom, lay back down, and sleep for another 3.5. One of those. But if I'm tired in the afternoon, I lay down and have a little nap. I don't really care.
A little power nap, right?
Yeah, some days it's at 1 o'clock, some days it's at 5, and a few days ago it was at 7 when I got home. I was tired. Jack makes you tired. He tires you out, that man.
How about you, Mel? You don't need any sleep, do you?
I'm the same way. No, I've been getting up at 4:30, but if I get 6 or 6.5 hours, I'm good. But Gresh, you're right. Having a nap rejuvenates. It's supposed to be really good for you. Even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, it's rejuvenates your brain. So it's really good for you.
You know what, Mel? You've hit on something. You could have a service. You can make some money off this. If people want to take a nap, you can just talk for a few minutes and you'll put them to sleep. That's a brilliant idea.
Or you can watch soccer. Put soccer on.
Well, imagine that, a soccer game on and Mel talking. Mel doing the play-by-play for a soccer game.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, now, so was that really a 5-minute penalty when that Tenorti got hit? Should that have been called 5 minutes?
No, it's a great hit.
Yeah.
Well,
Wilson, no. Wilson deserves
not
it.
today. Wilson, he's a serial late hit heavy guy. I mean, he's been suspended 7 times, and he almost killed like 5 guys in the league. Listen, I know it's guys are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. There's no question, but there are some guys, But that being said, if I was he's on our club, I have no problem with him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Right. There's a former teammate of mine from college, all right? Very intelligent man.
You were captain all 4 years, weren't you? Where's the C?
Yes. I don't know what happened to C.
You were captain all 4 years, Tom?
Yes, the first year I went there was the first year they had the hockey team. So
Oh,
4-year captain.
Why
That's
nobody else wanted
Captain
it?
of what?
pretty much, yeah.
Captain of what?
The college hockey team.
I thought you
Northern
only went
Michigan.
there I thought you were there for 6 months.
College? No. Well, I went there for an education, 4 years, grinding it out. Constantly going to class and building the hockey program.
Playing badminton.
College. No, racquetball.
Yeah, well, I think that'd be a tough course, though. I think about it.
I got to be good at racquetball. Good bowling. I can really bowl now. I'm a good bowler.
yeah.
No, you ever bowl?
Yep. 10 sport athlete, Tom.
10 sports?
Yep. 10 sport athlete.
So hockey's not in that group, right? So um, Gresh, did you get a juicer yet? You're going to get a new juicer.
I have a small one of those bullets.
You're getting the same disease as Mel got. I asked you if you got a juicer.
You asked me last week. I'll tell you when I get it. Okay? You don't ask me anymore.
I care about you.
I don't. What am I going to do with the juicer right now?
Put fresh ginger root in the ginger and juice it.
Let me write that down, Tom.
If you want, maybe you can make some of your vodka too, like potatoes in there, like you did in the first one.
Let me write that down.
Okay.
Listen, there's nothing wrong. I like cutting up potatoes and cutting up all these things, vegetables, and putting together in the fryer. Air fryer. They come out almost good enough to eat.
So what do you do, hey, Gresh, what do you do if they're not good enough to eat? What do you do with them?
He puts them on Sunday dinner.
Oh,
No, they're the fryer can't mess anything up. The air fryer, like it's hard to mess up. I think the first time I used it, I did it with broccoli and chicken, and knowing like not much time or anything. I set it for 15 minutes. Went down, watched TV, came back. I go, that can't be long enough. Another 15 minutes to come back. The broccoli was
it's fried, all right.
that was broccoli right there. Okay, another bag.
So what? I don't have an air fryer. I certainly would. So what's the technology? How does it work? Like
It's just an oven that circulates air around, so it
No,
really does give it the pride, like great for French fries and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
like it's,
But you don't have to throw the oil and stuff.
You can spray a little bit of oil on it; it gets it a better flavor, get more crispy.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
my son likes it. He makes he buys those big bags of chicken wings at Costco, and he drops them in there for when he comes over for a watch hockey game. He drops a bag in there and doesn't share it.
That's good.
And then you're not going to argue with him because he's just a tad bigger than I am.
Well, he's a man.
Yeah, yes, sir. I don't want any. The only way is like he's about an inch taller than I am, maybe 2, and about 100 pounds heavier than I am. And the kid, the only thing he loves is rugby. He should have played football.
Right.
He didn't. Just didn't get along with it.
Yeah.
How old is he, Ron?
He's 19 right now. He's turned 19.
So in a year, he'll be 20.
Well, I'm not sure, Tom. That's too far. I can't remember that. That's too far down the road to remember that.
Mel, did you see my cooking on Sunday? The fish and chips.
I did, yeah. Look good.
No comments. No.
I didn't get it. Dave, did you get any news?
What, fish chips? No, I felt bad I didn't see the video, but I went to the dentist instead.
You're the dentist.
Oh, was after you ate fish and chips, or
No, listen, I caught Tommy's with Kevin Allen. And then you had the guy from an ex-teammate from LA. Caught a little bit of that this morning.
Jim Thompson. Yeah, that was a good one. He was very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't saw about the first 10
He seemed
minutes.
like a pretty dedicated kid, that guy, after a certain amount of time. But
Yeah.
like if he thinks he was the only kid that was drinking at 12, he was wrong.
Yeah.
Back then,
Where's he from?
From Edmonton.
Yeah,
outside of it,
Western Canadian boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're 11, 12, 13 years old and you're playing in a senior league, you know, guys are 30, 35, 40 years old, and you're playing in the league with them. What do you think they're doing after the game? In the car going there and the car coming back, they're all drinking. So you sip along a little, you know, just to fit in, and then that doesn't taste too bad. So but he had a good story about all the stuff how the coach told him he had to fight if he wanted to stay in the league, right? So that was the kid, that Thompson kid.
Yeah.
He's not the biggest guy. I saw he's like 5'11" or something. 6
Yeah,
foot.
he's all heart though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, the story is the part after the game, right, where he got himself in trouble and then cleaned it up.
Oh, is that right? So that's his kind of life story. I honestly,
Yeah, he got pretty bad with the drugs and everything, and then now he's cleaned us over for 13 years and goes and speaks to a lot of kids. He mentors a lot of kids, takes kids to interventions and stuff. So really giving back now. Yeah,
It's good. It's good to see a guy that came through that on the success part of it, not the
Yeah.
you know, not the morgue side of it.
Well, I think what's good about it too is he's more than willing to talk about it. So like being an NHL player, having his troubles, and now talking about everything that went on, I think it helps other kids that maybe are going through a similar thing, that they can reach out and get help, right? So
It's funny because a lot of guys want to play in the game, but there's like all the guys that are just there and just playing, and whatever it is, you play for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is, even 10 years, and you can end up in a lot of trouble when you're done.
right.
And if you don't have your family, you don't have good support, you don't have everything else. I mean, shit can fly fast the wrong way.
yeah, well, that was his story entirely. I mean, it's just he was playing in that era. I mean, we all did the same thing, right? We're drinking beer beer was a food group back then. So
Right.
Still
Yeah.
Did he
I mean,
play a long time?
pardon me, Dave.
How long did he play in the league?
He played pro about over 10 years, but he only played 140 games in the NHL. He was in Washington, LA, Anaheim, in the minors and that. But great guy. He's one of those really good teammates, and he jokes around about it too. He hated fighting. Isn't it funny how we talk to so many guys that hate fighting, but when you watch them play, it looked like they loved it. Like Mel was one of the few guys that loved it.
He was his arms were tatted up too, right, Tom? But one thing he didn't mention, it was a great. I watched that. That's actually one podcast I did watch of you, but it wasn't you. He was talking most of the time, so it was really good. But he didn't mention how did he bounce back from bankruptcy? That's I'm curious.
Well, I think he got into he didn't say that, so I don't know for sure, but I know he got married and his wife's got a job and everything, and they actually bought the Aurora Tigers, Dave. They own that team. Junior A team.
So is he in Ontario then?
Yes, he's in Ontario. Yeah, he lives there now. I guess his wife is. And then so he runs hockey camps, and so I think he's just worked his way out of that. But it's an excellent question, Mel. We should.
Yeah,
That's good for him. That's I like that.
great story. Really good.
Well, yeah, and again, he really wants to help other people now. That's kind of like he feels like that's really his calling in life after he's been through it. And again, when you're a former player, you've got a voice that maybe other people don't have. So when he speaks to people, and he's lived the life that some of these other people are going through, and he's gotten out of it. So it was a great story. I didn't know what he'd gone through. We followed each other on it was Facebook or Instagram or both, and so I just contacted him. I started to see some of the stuff he was posting. It was very motivational, so I contacted him. We had a chat, and he started telling me what he'd been through. So
Great.
Well, it's like guys like Joel Murphy, who's in Ontario as well, living on the street, and then they even heard Mel Bridgman, who lived in Victoria out here, is living under an aqueduct or something. I don't quote me if that's true or not, but there's some guys that are really struggling.
yeah. Well, in both those cases with Bridgman and with Joe Murphy, they've gone to give them help, and they don't want to get help. They want to stay there.
Oh wow!
That's what I understand, anyways. But with Murphy, I know they gotten him help and got him into a clinic, and pretty sure he just left. He didn't want to.
Right, he did leave because who did? There was a year or two ago. Somebody did either a film on him. Yeah,
Remember Trevor Kidd, the goaltender. I think Trevor Kidd went to see him.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch that. Right.
I think the alumni even paid for a month of hotel or rooming or something for them, and the other they bucked up anyway.
Well, like the alumni does some great job. I know not everybody sees it, but they do it discreetly, so nobody does see it. But the player has to go ask for help.
Right.
You can't force them to get help. So.
Right. And that's I think we've all seen experiences where people, unless they're willing to reach out or decide themselves. I can speak personally from family that you could try, you support, but until the light clicks for them, what are you going to do? I mean, I think in a lot of ways too, it's stories aren't everyday occurrences for our alumni. So, but still, tragic lives are always impact you one way or another, right? I mean.
Right. Well, Greg said it just kind of spirals out of control too. You're so used to you're playing on a team. You're so used to being a star, and everybody treats you a certain way, and all of a sudden that goes away, and you start hitting, drinking.
Well, probably a lot of guys are out there that don't come forward at all.
Right.
Vast majority don't.
I mean, there's probably more of those than that. Than the stories you hear. I mean,
oh, for sure, Gresh. Even that was Pavs.
Yeah.
It was. We can all say he was struggling, and he was. Evidently he was, but until he asked for help, so it's such a tricky spot, right?
Well, do you guys remember Walt Podubny?
Oh yeah.
Well, Walt passed away too, and a few years ago. And apparently, near the end, he was living in his sister's basement. I think, and again, I don't quote me. I think alcohol was a big part of what was going on with him too, and he just.
If you play with him, and you just can't picture Walter being like that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
He was a quiet guy, did his job, played, enjoyed it, like New York, and you just never pictured him being that type of guy. And then also, I heard he just had a heart attack on his. Felt they found him on the floor in his sister's bedroom downstairs.
Yeah. Well, too, it's I think I don't know. I'm not speaking for them, obviously, but I think some players see other guys, former players, really doing well in life, whether it's on TV or coaching or in other businesses or whatever, and it just doesn't work for them. I think it makes them feel even worse, right? Because they're saying, okay, this is a teammate of mine, and his life's going great. Look at my life. So just.
Well, I think too. I think remember we're all on a relative basis. We're all pretty young too, right? And that really, when I started thinking about Pav, started thinking, holy smokes, first of all, it's that long time ago, and it's just really the longer we go, it's just become such a smaller part of everyone's life. And yet, I think the one thing that I really like is being part of the fraternity we're part of. We all played in the best league in the world, and that has never left me. Whether where you stay in touch, and it just.
So it's true even with other guys we didn't play with. Remember Clark Gillies came on the show. It's like we hated each other, but we're all like teammates.
Right. Right. So it's just, again, sometimes those events that are uncomfortable. It's hard to kind of put them in the right spot and then do what you got to do, right? So, anyway.
I used to drive with Walt to the games in New York, and he wasn't a loud guy. He wasn't boisterous, but could shoot the puck. Scored 40 goals, I think, 3 years in a row for us, and but he's just a quiet guy. He didn't, but I guess staying tough times don't last, but tough people do. And I think that the reason I like golf is because, we'll have 12 guys go out, three foursomes in a row. We'll go out and it's structured because it's, you got a 10:30 tee time. You can be there at 10 o'clock or 9:45 or whatever. And you sit and have beers after, and that's the same type of thing. The only thing about golf, it's 4.5 hours instead of a game, or hockey game, which is 2.5 or 3, but same type of structure, right? So that's why I like that. And so you look on your calendar, you look on your phone, and you play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Saturday, or whatever, and something to look forward to.
Yeah, Very true.
Yeah,
Well, and also having a career too, right? I mean, like really being like, if you're lucky, you can be really passionate about something you do for a career. I mean, Dave, you love what you do, I'm assuming, right? I mean, you enjoy doing the game, so.
Yeah, listen, we're all whatever your comfort level is, right? Whatever you, because really we were a pretty special world for,
Yeah.
and Gresh was 18 years, one place, and everybody had, and Larry bounced around a little bit. I only played for 10 years and was out, but really it was a pretty special world we lived in, and pretty unique.
Dave, you had the best roommate you ever had in your life your first year.
Yeah. No, really, I think back, and really and the bonds are pretty deep a lot of times. You don't even realize it, because really at that time, I think we're just all concerned about playing, and we all recognize that's what we did, but we never really explored anybody beyond.
Yeah.
Right? Like if somebody had said that, I sat beside him in the room for 3 years in a practice room, that Pav's life would end up like that. You're like, really?
Yeah.
But really, how much time do you really spend?
Yeah.
When you get older. But to Larry's point, if you get into a routine that, it might be a job or it's a social group or life that kind of reminds us of those times that we actually knew what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
Once you got to a certain level of your career, as I often said, it's when you get to that level in your career, and you knew exactly how good you were, and you knew exactly how you could fit, and you knew where you fit in the role and stuff like that. I tell you, not a lot of other steps along the way that you can deal that confidently.
That's very true.
Just think of the number of guys in the number of cities I've been in. Tom might not agree with this, but I actually have friends that I could call up across North America and go visit. Like the number.
Name one.
Steve Graves, Toronto. Randy Hillier, Pittsburgh. Wayne Gretzky
on the show.
Idaho.
Yeah.
If Wayne ever returned my call, I might go see him.
Randy Hillier, I liked Randy Hillier as a player. He was that good hard-nosed guy too, right?
Yep. Him and I broke in together in Boston. Another guy who took my job, Tom. I don't
Took
know.
your job.
Yep.
You blazed the trail for him there. That's you have to look at it.
Look at you now, though. You've got your own "I Love Me" wall. You got your Stanley Cups. Your rings.
Golfing 4 times a week.
Yeah,
It's good.
5. Christ.
you have a cat.
Dog.
And Rory.
Dog.
And all of you, you know what? And again, once again, what I'm so proud of you, I love you so much, is that you fought through so much too. I mean, going from being a guy that was told he's going to drive a Zamboni.
Yeah.
They do a book of every Edmonton Oiler that ever played except for you. All the negative stuff that's happened to you, and look at you.
How about Gary Doak yelling at him in the locker room?
Yeah. And you still made it.
Yeah.
Like, it's an inspirational story. You should write a book. There should be a movie about your life, actually.
Introduced to somebody out of New York. There's got to be somebody.
Tommy's got connections. And you're talking to the right guy. Just stay in front of ledge. You're in the right direction, Larry. Right, Gresh?
Tom is the book man.
Gresh is probably Gresh's life too. He's probably another good guy to stay in front of, I think.
I don't know anybody.
No?
No.
Ron, question.
I don't leave my house anymore.
Ron, question for you. I hadn't seen you in like 20 some years. Did you say or I remember you sold a water company, or you have a?
No, that was 20 some years ago.
Oh, all right.
Current events.
Yeah.
Well, just getting to know you guys again. That's all.
You don't talk about stuff like that because there's a lot of water under bridges that are dammed up.
Well, I'll send you some of the old articles from the New York Post, Mel. You'll understand.
Okay, sounds good. I didn't mean to pry. Just
It's not prime.
Next subject. Mel, you got any homework done? We haven't got your homework yet. We're almost done the show. We haven't talked about your homework. Let's go. What do you got?
Okay. Well, you and I talked about this at the end of the show last time, and you agreed that we went through CRTC, we went through CNN, we went through whatever to get this approved. Legal, lawyers, and everything. We can talk about what we talked. You remember what I was talking about? The word and the adjective, but I'm only supposed to say frickin'.
Oh.
Can I say it or no?
Now, listen, you're your own man. You're a successful
It's the end of the show. It's 12 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock in New York. Okay, so one of the most used words in the human language
Oh, that's right. That's right.
is the word
F.
is
F-bomb?
Phyllis Pizzito's word.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the most used word in the English language, which has adjectives, synonyms, blah blah blah, is the word fuck. So
Okay, so you said it once.
every Thursday. So the first one is describe what frickin' means. So surprise. Fuck, you scared the shit out of me. Oh. Wasn't supposed to, frickin', you scared the shit.
Yeah.
So every week we'll have something on the word F.
Okay,
okay.
I like
That's
that.
it.
I like that.
I told you guys if you're ever out like in the jungle and a lion, you know, when those big lions come after you, what you do? Did I ever tell you that?
No, you didn't, guys.
Well, what this guy told me that what you do is you stand there and you stand real still, you know, and the lion's coming kind of like walking towards you, and you go, and the guy goes, really? You stand still? I go, yeah, you just stand still, just stand there. And I said, okay, good. What do you do then? He goes, well, if it charges you, the best thing to do is throw shit in his face. I go, where are you going to find shit? He goes, don't worry, it'll show up.
Moment of the day, right there. That's the moment of the day, guys.
Every week for you from now on.
Oh,
Don't worry.
that was the moment of the day. Moment of the day brought to you by Larry Melnick's Financial Services.
What was that? Low bag? What was it? What, hanging
Powder bag.
Huh?
Larry Melnick powder bags.
Powder bag. Over the day brought to you by powder bag.
Take care of your powder bag.
Now, where did you come up with that one? Did you just know that one?
No, that's still the best one ever.
I have friends, Tom.
Yeah.
And the reason it sucks about that, Mel, is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Anyway, there's not much else going on.
Dave, how is the liquor store going? Busy or?
No, not so busy. Quiet. Really quiet.
So everybody's livers are so bad now they can't drink anymore?
Yeah.
Tom,
Yeah.
drink.
I guess this time last year everybody was hunkered down. The only time they're going out was to find.
Yeah.
Apparently, I hadn't started. I started in like April, so it's been quiet. And
You get a pension from that too?
the pension for that at $13 an hour.
There you go.
Not sure, but no, I like it. I like the business is neat, and it's like I said, it's like a neighborhood place. You get people coming in.
Oh, Gresh, did you get a new cover for your barbecue? That was a big thing, right?
I got it yesterday, Tom, because I knew it was going to rain today.
Good. And it fits good? Got the right size?
No, I bought one that's too small.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Like, what I'll do is I'll leave the barbecue sit outside. It'll shrink down a little bit, and then it'll fit on it.
That's good. Leave it out in the sun.
So was that cheaper, Crash, to do it that way? Like, why did you buy the smaller one?
Well, one was $35 and one was $34.95. I wanted to save that nickel.
There you go.
No, it was
Yeah.
Home Depot. Picked up garbage bags. You get those, those green bags. They're like the smelly bag, like they smell good, for the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter, we have to buy those because you can't.
That's what Mel uses for cologne.
Oh yeah, it's like French Cuban bourgeois.
Melly Mel.
Cologne.
In French, it says parfum des champs, which means perfume of champions.
That's yours. That is Mel right there.
There you go. And enough said. Well, I hate to bring it up.
Yeah.
2 cups. 2 cups. No cup. No cup. No cup. 2 cups.
Do any of you eat sushi?
Keep away spray. That's what.
I like sushi.
Yeah.
You ever eat at Kira?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. Good
Where's
spot.
Kara? Where's Kara?
It's on Greenwich Avenue.
Oh,
Right behind the avenue, right? Isn't that the one right off the avenue? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've ordered. That's been on our COVID rotation.
Yeah.
Mexican place too.
which one?
The
No.
one in West.
Boxcar Cantina.
Yes, Boxcar Cantina. That's good stuff.
What is it called?
Boxcar Cantina.
Yeah. My sons, they do DoorDash,
Yeah,
and they, you know what?
that's one of the spots.
Oh no, they do they go New Rochelle. They go all over the place. They find out they got those like the $3 extra per drop off and all that stuff, So they kind of pinpoint where they're going, and then I go, listen, you go you do 15 runs and make an extra $3 a run, $45, whatever you make on top of that.
And this man knows about eating too, Mr. Rich Pisano, good friend of mine.
Spazano. Well, that's like if you like hibachi.
Yeah, that's what you like hibachi. Okay.
The
You know
hibachi,
Rich Pisano, don't you, Dave?
and you come out smelling like the hibachi.
Yeah.
I went there. Yeah, we went there many times.
Kids used to love it when they were young.
Yeah.
Good for birthday parties, yeah.
Yeah.
Mel, you wouldn't go to that kind of place. You got to sit with other people at a table.
What's your favorite restaurant, Dave? And how far are you from Greenwich Avenue?
I can walk to Greenwich Avenue in about 5-10 minutes.
Is that right?
Favorite? Not sure.
I like Popolo.
Popo. I used to go there when I was on expense account. I can't afford to go there anymore.
Well, my friend Ronnie owns that place. I've known him for. He had a restaurant.
40 years.
What?
40 years.
What do they have? The flaming lobster or something in there, right?
Yeah. Oh, they got it. They have. Yeah. Well, they got the only problem is I went there one night back in August. I think it was. Yeah, it was August. My son's birthday, and Panarin's walking in with, I guess, his girlfriend and Coach Quinn are all walking in there. So it was my son's birthday, so he was getting pictures with. He loves Panarin. Like my mother thinks Panarin is like the greatest thing to ever play the game. Calls him the little guy.
Yeah.
My favorite restaurant was the pub there in Rye. That was a good restaurant.
We're not talking about places you lived in. We're talking about places to go to eat.
Good food there too. Bag of chips and a pretzel.
Yeah, stale bag.
Hey, I don't remember the menu in there. The menu at the pub. Yow.
Is that the one with the thing there?
We're Willie Huber used to hit his head all the time. Nicky too.
A little bar on the right, right? You walk in. That place is freaking tiny. Right?
Oh yeah. So one end, the beam was if you were over 6 feet to get to the bar, you had to duck under the beam and then stand at the bar. And Nicky wasn't the best drinker in the whole world. The alcohol, he didn't handle it really well. So we waited for him to have a couple of beers and then turn around and forget about the beam and hit his head on the beam.
I think he had to replace it a couple of times after Nick hit
His head or the beam?
the beam.
Wasn't that where was it Herb came for Gresh's? What?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Herbie made an appearance for Gresh's bachelor
That
party.
was Bob Bender, the mailman, threw up on his shoes. Yeah. Remember, I told this story before, but we had closed the place because we're going to have this little party for Gresh getting married. And the coaches weren't allowing this place. And Bob Bender was a huge Herb Brooks fan. He knew Herb was coming in, so he begged us to let him stay in just for a little bit to meet Herb. But he'd been sitting there most of the day eating and drinking. And he was so nervous. He was standing, we're all watching. He's standing beside Herb at the bar. And he starts to look like he's going to blow. It's like he's going to blow. And he threw up all over Herb's shoes. So Herb was in the place for the first time for 5 minutes. And this guy threw up on his shoes.
Is the pub still open?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy,
Have you been in there, Tom, at all? Did you ever
No.
stop? Did you ever
I
stop?
haven't been in. I walk by there now and I go to the other side of the street. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last day I was in there was the day after I got traded.
Yeah.
We went there for lunch.
Yeah.
Had lunch. Couldn't have lunch. They didn't have food in there, did they?
We order in sandwiches. No, there's no food.
Right.
we brought in youth sandwiches.
Yeah.
It was good. It was fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Jim Finneran owned it. Jim Finneran.
Jim Finneran.
Right. Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Finneran-
now, listen, you know what? Another great job today. Like, seriously, don't you guys agree? I mean, that was fantastic.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was good.
Just the right amount of talking.
Jimmy Finn one time went to John Davidson's party when he lived over in Armonk.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a bunch of cars at one house, a bunch of cars at another house. We showed up. He had box full of whiskey and everything, right? Gets to the front door and knocks on the door. The guy opens it. He goes, "Is John here?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, he's in the back." So he goes into the kitchen, taking the bottles out of the case, looking around, doesn't recognize anybody. Wrong house. So he goes, "Is JD here?" And he goes, "This JD lives 2 houses down." So he put all the bottles back.
There you go.
He's in the wrong house for half an hour. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That was so.
So
No,
Dave, when I come to your house and stay in the basement, what's our bar of choice on Greenwich then?
let me see. Bar of
Your
choice.
closest one, you're closest to.
Ginger Man. I like Ginger Man. It's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ginger Man's good.
Yeah.
That's
They got great hamburgers there.
yeah. Or you go to I haven't been to Bruce. I think the Bruce Park Grill. You ever been in? Have you been there lately?
I've been there. That's more of like a pub kind of place.
Yeah, that's a pub. That's yeah.
You can bring them to the two-door down in Hamilton.
Yeah, on Hamilton Avenue there.
There's one down at the end that used to be Casey's, called something else now.
Yeah, it's a high end seafood.
Yeah.
joint.
It's a food place
The
now.
rent on the avenue is just knocked out all those like a lot of the good. Any good
Go to Portchester, go to Bar Taco. It's a good spot.
their tacos are good.
Yeah.
Wild,
Even in the summertime though.
Yes.
Yeah, so
your Buffalo Wild Wings? Is that what it's called?
Stanford's the only place closest to here, I think.
There used to be one in Portchester, but I think it closed down, right? Like
Yeah.
Costco.
Yeah.
They
You take it
close-
to Chris Drury's place there, the Colony Grill, the pizza
Oh, the
place.
grill's good. The
Yeah.
one in the one in Stanford or in Portchester there, the new one.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, is that Drury's?
Yeah.
By Home Depot that way?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
Costco.
Costco and the theaters, that big building on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bought. There was a colony. Have you ever been to the one in Stanford?
Yeah, that was the original one, right? Is that?
Yeah, the original one. So one of, I guess, Chris's baseball teammates was friends with the family that ran that. They got the patent or whatever for the pizza or whatever, the right to make that pizza. And they eventually have opened. He's got a place in Fairfield, and he's got
Yeah.
he owned that place too, and the one in Portchester.
But really, how hard can it be to make pizza?
Well, we got the
It's good.
thin crust. We used to go there. We used to play hockey over in Stanford on Thursday nights, and we were there after
Yeah.
playing hockey. It's great.
That was good.
Coldest beer in Stanford. Right there.
Well, the other place in Portchester that it burnt down too. That had I can't remember what it was called, but it was good too. Well, once again, guys,
Well,
great job again, Mel.
This is
Start the
go. We'll go. And we'll maybe it's up to you if you want to invite Tom and Ron along. I'll leave that your call. I guess it'll all depend on how the show goes the week before, and we'll take it from there.
I think I'm safe if I send them an email. They won't respond, so we're good.
Oh, me. I'm the one I'm sending you emails now, and I get nothing back from you.
I text you, get nothing back.
That's payback, right, Larry?
You get a
Yeah.
text number.
Payback, buddy.
I'm going to go online and take a look at all these restaurants and get prepared.
All right, good. Bring your
All
clothes.
right, great job, guys. Again, Mel, you're the star of the show. We'll talk about you behind your back. It's really not the truth. I'm lying.
Sounds good. See you next week.
Good. All right, guys. Good job.
All right, boys. Have a good one.
David, good luck in the games. Gresh.
Thanks.
Hey, Dave, stay on for a second after here.
Or
Okay.
Yes.